Have you ever felt ignored by someone you value and wondered how to react? It's a challenging situation, right? But imagine if I told you there is a Stoic approach that can actually strengthen your relationships. Today we'll explore effective strategies for dealing with the silent treatment. Stay tuned because each principle shared is full of insights you won't want to miss. Remember, as Marcus Aurelius said, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. This quote is relevant because it reminds us to transcend the negative actions of others. Instead of reacting with pain or anger, we maintain our dignity and integrity, showing that we don't lower ourselves to their level. Before we start, click the like button, subscribe to our community, and leave a comment with "I rise." This comment will be our mantra as we address each point, reinforcing our commitment to facing these situations with elegance and strength. Comment to help YouTube understand that more people like you need to hear this. Ready to turn the tide? Let's go. Principle 1. Accept indifference to external opinions. Have you ever felt at the mercy of someone else's mood swings? It's like being a puppet, right? It's time to cut those strings and dance to your own rhythm. Marcus Aurelius said, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." This phrase reminds us that we control our reactions, not external events or others' opinions. Imagine your partner gives you the silent treatment. Instead of diving into anxiety, remember, "I rise." This doesn't mean you don't care about their feelings, but you choose not to let their mood control your peace. It's recognizing the situation, perhaps with a light comment like, "Looks like someone activated invisible mode," and then giving space while you continue with your day, unaffected and with a smile. Cultivating emotional independence helps maintain calm and transforms how you interact with others. You become less reactive and more centered, smoothly navigating even when others try to destabilize. Next time you feel ignored or deal with someone in a bad mood, remember Aurelius's wisdom. Stay out of the drama, preserve your peace, and joyfully affirm, "I rise." After all, it's your peace, and only you should control it. Principle 2. Reflect on the nature of relationships. Have you ever thought that not every relationship should hold a special place in your life? Sometimes we cling to relationships that don't benefit us, like keeping expired milk hoping it will still be good. It doesn't make sense, right? As Plato reflected, every heart sings a song, incomplete, until another heart whispers back. Those who wish to sing always find a song. This quote highlights the reciprocal nature of healthy relationships, but what if the other heart doesn't respond? It's an invitation to reevaluate. Maybe it's a friend who has drifted away, or a partner who seems disinterested. Use this as a chance to reflect. Is this relationship providing the harmony Plato describes, or has the melody gone off key? Practically, it might mean having an honest conversation, saying something like, "I've noticed we're out of sync. What's going on?" It's not about blaming, but understanding if they want to restore the harmony or change the playlist. This approach keeps things light and direct, addressing the gap without drama. Relationships are a two-way street. If you often find yourself alone, it might be time to consider if this path is still right for you. Reflect on the quality and reciprocity of your connections, and don't be afraid to ask if you still share the same melody. And, as we say on this journey, I rise as we let go of what no longer serves, always ready to find new harmonies in relationships that truly resonate. Principle 3. Cultivate self-sufficiency. Isn't it curious how we often expect others to be responsible for our happiness, as if we expect them to paint the shades of our mood? Marcus Aurelius reminds us, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. This phrase is a powerful call to take control and color our own days with joy and contentment. Imagine you planned a romantic dinner to resolve a difficult period in the relationship. What if your partner isn't as enthusiastic as you expected? Instead of letting disappointment ruin the evening, appreciate your own company and the effort you put into the preparation. Make a joke like, "Well, I think I prepared enough food to feed the world tonight." This shows you can find humor and happiness even when things don't go as planned. Cultivating self-sufficiency is finding fulfillment within ourselves instead of depending on others for it. It's appreciating your own effort and knowing your happiness doesn't depend on others' reactions. So, take the reins of happiness, friends. Whether in relationships or other areas, remember that self-sufficiency is your secret weapon. It allows you to navigate highs and lows with grace and a touch of humor. Whenever you feel dependency creeping in, remember, I rise and reclaim control over your happiness. After all, the best chef of happiness is you. Principle 4. Turn obstacles into opportunities. Have you ever noticed that what often bothers us in a relationship can be the key to personal growth? It's like being stuck in a traffic jam and realizing it's the perfect chance to listen to that audiobook. Ryan Holiday captures this perfectly with his phrase, "The obstacle is the way." This challenges us to transform obstacles into opportunities, converting what seems like a blockage into a path for development. Imagine when your partner forgets something important to you, like an anniversary. Instead of seeing it as a failure, see it as a chance to communicate your feelings and set future expectations. You might make a light joke like, "I guess we're getting too old to remember dates, huh? Maybe it's time for a giant calendar." This uses humor to address the issue and open the door to constructive dialogue. Turning obstacles into opportunities means seeking solutions instead of focusing on problems. Ask yourself, how can this improve our relationship? Or what can I learn from this? This perspective deepens understanding and improves resilience and empathy in the relationship. So embrace each challenge as a stepping stone, not an obstacle. Every difficulty is a chance to practice patience, improve communication, and strengthen bonds. And as we face these challenges, keep our mantra close to your heart. I rise. That way we rise above passing disputes to reach grace and understanding. Principle 5. Practice forgiveness. When someone ignores you or there is a communication lapse in a relationship, the initial reaction can be frustration or resentment. But what if we treated these moments as opportunities to practice forgiveness? Alexander Pope said, "To err is human, to forgive divine." This phrase is practical and emphasizes that forgiveness is an elevated act that frees us from bitterness and anger. Imagine your partner forgot to call when they were late. Instead of letting irritation take over, consider forgiveness. Maybe make a light joke like, "I was about to send a rescue team, but it looks like you saved them the trouble." This humor disarms the tension and opens space for understanding and reassurance without resentments. Forgiveness is not about ignoring mistakes, but choosing not to let those flaws derail the journey together. It means acknowledging the mistake, discussing ways to avoid future problems, and truly letting go. This cultivates an environment of personal and mutual growth, deepening trust and respect. So actively practice forgiveness. Each act of forgiveness reinforces your peace and reaffirms your commitment to harmony in relationships. Remember, each act of forgiveness is a step toward a more compassionate and resilient partnership. And as we forgive, we rise, echoing our mantra, I rise, above passing disputes to grace and understanding. So, we have reached the halfway point of our video. If you're still with us, it means this content resonates with you, and that's great. If you haven't done so yet, I'd love for you to like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment. This shows that you're finding value in what we're sharing and helps spread this positive message to more people. Now let's continue mastering these Stoic principles in our relationships. Principle 6. Trust your intuition. When you are being ignored, it's crucial to trust your intuition. This inner force can often tell you more about the situation than superficial actions or words. As Shakespeare wrote, "Trust thyself. Every heart vibrates to that iron string." This quote reminds us of the importance of trusting our own senses and judgments, even when external validation is absent. Imagine someone you value has suddenly become distant. Instead of diving into worries or creating stories in your mind, pause and consult your internal feelings. What has been this person's pattern of behavior? Is their silence unusual? Your intuition can help discern if they are simply caught up in their own issues, or if the silence reveals something about the relationship. Trusting your intuition means listening deeply to your own emotions and thoughts before reacting. Perhaps your intuition suggests giving the person space, or encouraging you to reach out and check if everything is okay. For example, you could send a light and humorous message. Hey, just checking if you've been abducted by aliens because you've been unusually quiet. Everything all right? Your intuition is a powerful ally in navigating relational dynamics, especially when communication is unclear. So trust this inner compass. It may not give you immediate answers, but will guide you to respond in ways true to yourself. As we continue to embrace the wisdom of I rise, let your intuition be the wind beneath your wings, helping you rise above confusion and uncertainty. Trusting yourself is not just about making the right decisions. It's about making decisions that are right for you. Let's move forward to the next principle, armed with our intuition and confidence in our personal journey. Principle 7. Seek clarity through honest communication. Navigating the feeling of being ignored can leave you guessing. But guessing is not a good foundation for any relationship. As George Bernard Shaw pointed out, the single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place. This highlights a crucial point. Assuming others know how we feel, or that we understand their silence, can lead to misunderstandings. When you feel ignored, it can be tempting to mimic that behavior or withdraw in silence. However, a more stoic approach would be to engage in honest and open communication. For example, if a friend or partner has been distant, reach out sincerely to clarify things. You might say something like, I've noticed we haven't talked much lately and I'm wondering if everything is okay. I value our relationship and just want to make sure we're good. This approach addresses the issue respectfully and with concern, rather than being confrontational. It shows that you are seeking to understand and resolve underlying issues. It's about breaking the cycle of silence with clarity and empathy. Remember, as we continue to rise with I rise, we shouldn't avoid conversations that can repair gaps and deepen connections. Honest communication is a bridge built on understanding and respect, and it's one of the most effective tools for maintaining healthy and fulfilling relationships. Let's continue to use our words to heal, connect, and elevate the dialogue. Principle 8. Preserve your integrity. When you feel disregarded or marginalized, it's tempting to react similarly or lower your standards to match the behavior you're facing. However, the Stoic principle of maintaining integrity, regardless of others' actions, is crucial. As Epictetus wisely noted, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. This phrase is a powerful reminder that true strength and character are shown not just in discussing our values, but in living them, especially under pressure. For example, if someone you care about starts ignoring you, maintaining your integrity means continuing to treat that person with kindness and respect, without being influenced by their attitude toward you. It's about rising above negative reactions and maintaining a dignified stance. You can keep your interactions light and courteous, perhaps inserting a bit of humor to show that you're keeping things in perspective. Hey, just wanted to check if you haven't turned into a statue, you're so quiet. By doing this, you not only preserve your self-respect, but also leave room for the other person to re-engage without resentment or embarrassment. Maintaining your integrity in such situations is a reflection of your character, and often encourages those around you to reflect and possibly adjust their behaviors. So let's embrace I rise by living our highest values in every interaction, regardless of the circumstances. Maintaining our integrity is not just about staying true to ourselves. It's about leading by example and creating an environment where respect and kindness prevail, paving the way for deeper understanding and reconciliation. Principle 9. Visualize the ideal response. Have you ever reacted to being ignored in a way you later regretted? It happens to all of us. Stoicism teaches us to prepare for life's challenges by anticipating our ideal responses. As the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing." This suggests that being proactive and prepared is essential for maintaining our composure, much like a wrestler anticipates moves in advance. When you feel ignored, instead of reacting impulsively, take a moment to visualize how the best version of yourself would handle the situation. Imagine yourself responding with patience, wisdom, and a touch of humor. For example, if a significant other is giving you the silent treatment instead of letting frustration build, imagine yourself saying something light yet meaningful like, "Looks like we're competing in a silent game. I think you're winning, but I'm here when you want to talk." This method of visualization not only prepares you for real encounters, but also helps reduce anxiety and increases your ability to handle situations gracefully. By mentally rehearsing your ideal responses, you align your actions with your values, ensuring that when the moment comes, your real reactions are thoughtful, reflective, and in line with your principles. Visualization is more than a mental exercise. It's a practice that allows us to transform potential conflicts into opportunities for growth and connection. By anticipating and rehearsing our responses, we ensure that our actions in the real world reflect our deepest values and intentions. This doesn't mean every interaction will go as planned, but it prepares us with the tools to handle unexpected reactions with dignity and grace. Think of visualization as a rehearsal for a play. Just as actors practice their lines to ensure a flawless performance, visualizing our responses helps us articulate our thoughts and emotions effectively when the moment arises. This practice can be particularly useful in relationships, where emotions run high, and a wrong word or tone can escalate tensions. Moreover, using visualization to prepare for these moments teaches us a lot about ourselves. It helps identify our triggers and the responses that don't serve us well, allowing us to cultivate healthier and more constructive reactions over time. Each scenario we visualize and each response we rehearse strengthens our emotional resilience and improves our ability to navigate complex interpersonal dynamics. So as we continue to embrace the mantra, "I rise," let's integrate visualization into our repertoire for dealing with being ignored or misunderstood. By mentally preparing for these challenges, we not only enhance our interactions but also fortify our character. This approach enables us to face life's slights with grace and humor, transforming potential conflicts into moments of learning and connection. Remember, every time you choose to respond thoughtfully, you're not just preserving relationships, you're also cultivating a stronger, more resilient self. Let's continue using visualization to refine our responses, ensuring we face each situation not just adequately, but with excellence. This is how we rise, by preparing, practicing, and embodying the best versions of ourselves, regardless of the challenge ahead. Principle 10. Let go of the outcome. When you're ignored or neglected, it's perfectly natural to expect a specific outcome after expressing your feelings, perhaps an apology, a change in behavior, or at least some acknowledgement. However, a core Stoic principle is the art of detaching from the results of our actions. The sage Epictetus famously said, "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens." This profound insight reminds us that while we can control our actions and intentions, others' reactions are ultimately beyond our control. Consider a scenario where you've made an effort to communicate openly with someone who has been ignoring you. You maintain your integrity, infuse humor to keep things light, and approach the conversation with kindness and clarity. Despite this, the other person might still choose to remain distant or even not respond at all. In such moments, practicing detachment from the outcome is crucial. It helps preserve your inner peace and prevents feelings of discouragement or resentment. For example, if you reach out to a friend who has been ignoring you and they still don't respond, it's essential to remind yourself of, "I rise." This mantra serves as a reinforcement that you did your part well. It reminds you that the response, or lack thereof, does not define your worth or diminish the value of your efforts. Detaching from the outcomes of your actions does not mean you stop caring about relationships or cease trying. It means finding peace regardless of the result. It involves recognizing that your true happiness and peace of mind must come from within, not from external validations or responses from others. This detachment is not an act of indifference, but a practice of equanimity. It's about accepting that we cannot force people to act as we wish, but can only control our actions and reactions. This realization frees us from the exhausting cycle of expectation and disappointment. By focusing on what we can control, our actions, attitudes, and integrity, we align more closely with Stoic principles, leading to a more serene and contented life. Moreover, this practice of detachment improves our relationships. It allows us to interact with others without pressure, manipulation, or unrealistic expectations. People are more likely to respond positively when they don't feel coerced or expected to behave a certain way. Detachment fosters an environment where relationships can thrive with sincerity and mutual respect. As we continue to embrace I Rise, let's strive to detach from the outcomes of our interactions. This approach not only preserves our inner calm, but also empowers us to persist in our values and virtues, no matter the external circumstances. Remember, it's not about the response you receive, but the dignity and peace with which you handle the situation. By focusing on our actions and letting go of the need for specific outcomes, we achieve greater personal tranquility and open ourselves to the true essence of Stoic freedom, living in harmony with what life presents. And there we have it, friends. Our journey through the 10 Stoic principles on dealing with disregard. Each one is a step towards greater resilience and understanding. We've delved deep into maintaining our composure, communicating effectively, and detaching from outcomes, all while keeping our heads high and spirits strong. Thank you to each of you for staying with us till the end. Your engagement and presence truly transform this community, making it a strong and supportive space for all. Now, I'd love to hear your stories in the comments below. Share a moment when you were ignored and how you dealt with it. Were you able to rise above? What valuable lessons did you learn from the experience? Your shared experiences are not only inspiring, but also help us all learn and grow together. If today's message resonated with you, don't forget to adopt and share our mantra for the video, I Rise. Leave this phrase in the comments to show that, no matter the situation, you choose to rise above negativity and challenges. Your comments serve as a beacon of inspiration for others and help spread the powerful message of resilience and inner strength. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with anyone who could benefit from a bit of Stoic wisdom on dealing with disregard. Remember, each share broadens the reach of our message and empowers more people to overcome their challenges. Thank you again for joining us today at Power Stoic Habits. Continue embracing I Rise as we support each other on our journeys towards emotional freedom and inner peace. Until next time, keep rising and shining brightly.